Welcome to Review Rewind, the show where a couple of friends watch movies of old and aim to figure out if the reviewers were spot on or a little off. I'm Mike.
And I'm Tristan.
And this week, we're talking about... Wait. What it... Shoot. Dang nabbit. We're talking about... Big Trouble in Little China. Oh, man, that would have been a great joke if I had set it up right. How you doing, Tristan?
I'm doing all right, man. I feel like I'm playing catch up today, but you know,
amen.
Sometimes you got to play catch up, and sometimes you got to play mustard.
Yeah.
I hate that. I apologize.
I hate us. Anyway, yeah, I feel that.
How you doing?
Feel like I'm playing catch up. I don't know, man. I bought some mustard, maybe a little mayo. Let's get through it.
I'm going to relish this.
I'm going to deli mustard the heck out of this.
Wasn't sure what
I was trying to think of other
next.
condiments, and then I was like, yellow mustard. But we already said mustard, and then I was like, deli mustard. Oh, honey mustard, brown mustard. Those are all the mustards.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Grey Poupon.
Excuse you. Director, John Carpenter.
John Carpenter.
Producer, Larry J. Franco. Screenwriters, Gary Goldman, David Weinstein, and W.D. Richard. Distributor, 20th Century Fox. Production company, TAFT Entertainment, SLM Production Group, and 20th Century Fox. It was rated PG-13. It was action fantasy. It was originally in English, and it's still in English. I don't know. Release date, May 30th, 1986. Budget, $25 million. In the U.S., it grossed $11 million, and worldwide, it grossed about $11 million. Just a little more. I do know that it has had a resurgence. Like, people on the 10th anniversary and 20th anniversary, it really got kind of some fresh eyes on it. And home sales were really good for it.
Interesting.
And so, a little bit of a resurgence. I think there was one thing I read that one of the popular magazine, whatever it is, was actually putting it on a list of top 500 movies of all time kind of thing.
Whoa.
Yeah. Which I think we're not going to talk about that list, but I do think this conversation is going to be really interesting. Starring, I'm doing this a little different. We'll see how long I last on this. Starring Kurt Russell as mother.
Didn't last long.
Didn't last long. Kurt Russell as Jack Burton. Kim Cattrall as Gracie Law. Dennis Dunn as Wang Chi. James Hung as David Lopan. Victor Wong as Egg Shen. Kate Burton as Margo. And Donald Lee as Eddie Lee. Sweet. I figured we'd start giving them like the character names, you know, try to connect the dots anyway. Recap! And
perfect
now
segue as always.
Yeah. I'm so good at it. Now we transition to the recap rewind, where we give you a recap, and I kind of went on a bender there, where we rewind and give you I gotta rewrite that. Anyway, Tristan, it's your turn.
I need to start off by saying, one, sorry if I say anything incorrectly. Two, this movie is weird. So I did the best I can to describe it, but it's a weird one. So here we go. Big Trouble in Little China starts with the grandpa from Three Ninjas being questioned by his attorney about something that happened in Little China that he could be in big trouble for. His attorney asks him if he actually believes in magic, and Egg, that's his name by the way, Egg, he says yes, and then makes lightning with his hands. Don't worry about this though, because honestly, you'll forget it happened by the 30-minute mark. They never come back to this conversation, and ultimately, this scene adds nothing to the movie other than ensuring it hits the minimum runtime to qualify as a feature film. The real start of this movie is with himbo truck driver protagonist Jack Burton, played by Kurt Russell.
Hold on. Did you just say himbo?
Himbo, yes.
All right. I just wanted to make sure I heard it.
Am I wrong?
You know, that is not for this time.
Driving down the open road, talking nonsense to nobody over the radio. He arrives in Chinatown, Little China, and takes care of business, then gambles the night away with a few locals. Morning comes and Jack has won everything. Everyone leaves except for Wang, Dennis Dunn, who really needs the money and offers Jack one more gamble, double or nothing. Wang bets Jack that he can cut a bottle cleanly in half with a butcher's knife. But on impact, the bottle shoots out from under the knife and Jack catches it, claiming it's all in the reflexes. Wang tells Jack that he doesn't have the money, but he has to go take care of something and that Jack should just meet him at the restaurant later. Jack doesn't trust him, so he decides to go along with Wang until he gets his money. First stop is the airport to pick up Wang's green-eyed fiance, Miao Yin, who is arriving from China. At the airport, Jack lets... forgot I wrote this. At the airport, Jack lets his boner do the thinking and talks to a pretty blonde lady who seems to be very preoccupied.
Accurate.
At the same time, a few very cool dudes with the coolest glasses you've seen that you've seen.
You got it, buddy. You got it. You didn't write it in Cantonese, so you got it.
Let me try that again. At the same time, a few very cool dudes with the coolest sunglasses you've seen this side west of the Mississippi arrive. Still don't know if I landed that.
You really missed an opportunity to do like a direct China connection.
Yeah, I know, but it's also a Western, and we'll talk about that later.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I did miss. You're right. The blonde lady, who we later learn is Gracie Law, Kim Cattrall, tells Jack to avoid them because they're with a local gang. As the passengers begin to exit, the three really cool guys head straight to the woman Gracie has been waiting for. Jack steps in and prevents the abduction, but the guys hastily grab Miao Yin instead. Jack and Wang give chase in Jack's truck and almost run a tour bus off the road, driven by Three Ninjas' grandpa. The chase leads them down an alley where a funeral march is underway. Wait, we're in an alley where a funeral march is. What? I'm sorry, I'm struggling today. Wang informs Jack this is one of the local gangs honoring one of their fallen elders. Suddenly, a shadowy figure appears from the ridiculous amount of city fog, and then there's more. It's the rival gang. They shoot down the mourners, and a big fight erupts. Suddenly, a loud thunder booms and flashes lightning, and three lamp-shaped men float down from the sky, controlling the elements of a storm. Their powers push all the fighters back. Jack floors it and drives past the three men, only for a fourth ghostly-looking man to appear in front of him. Jack doesn't have time to react and drives straight through him. Confused, Jack jumps out of the truck to make sure he didn't run a man over, only to find the man perfectly fine. The strange man looks at Jack. His eyes and mouth glow, causing Jack to go temporarily blind. But don't worry, some street puddle water does the trick, and his eyes are fine.
That's what I find.
Wang tells him that was Lo Pan, and the lamp guys are the three storms, and that means absolutely nothing to Jack. The two eventually escape to Wang's restaurant, where they learn the gang stole Jack's truck. Gracie shows up, and they get a lead to where Miao Yin might be, and they send Jack dressed like a nerd into a brothel to locate her. The storms show up again, blast the roof off the building, and kidnap Miao Yin. Jack and Wang then track down where Lo Pan is, only to be lured into a trap and meet an old, feeble man who looks nothing like the one they encountered before. He exposits his curse to them and that he needs to marry a green-eyed girl who can blah, 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 and then he can be human again. Meanwhile, Gracie, her reporter friend, and Egg come to the building and get caught, so Jack and Wang have to break out and go save them. They navigate their way through the maze and save the others, as well as some other kidnapped women, but are unable to locate Miao Yin. As they escape, a secret door opens, and a rejected Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle villain grabs Gracie. Gracie is brought to Lo Pan, and it turns out she has green eyes too. So he decides he's going to marry both girls, because the ritual requires him to marry a girl and then sacrifice her. And if he can marry both of them, then he can sacrifice one and keep the other. Egg, Jack, and Wang regroup, and they're joined by the gang that was wearing the yellow. That gang. They joined them.
The good guys.
The good guys. And they gear up and sneak into the sewers below Chinatown, where there's apparently some really big monster. But we nor this movie have time to get into that. As the wedding ceremony and ritual commence, Jack stumbles upon a hidden elevator. Egg gives everyone a shot of some form of elixir that I feel like I needed to understand this movie. And it helps them see something, blah, 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 they can fight better. Speaking of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, remember Krang? Well, he shows up in this movie, and he alerts Lo Pan of the presence of the good guys. A huge fight breaks out, and I honestly don't know where to begin describing this, because I fell asleep about 5 minutes before this happened, and when I woke up, I was so confused. I had no idea what was going on, and Wang was flying through the sky with a sword, and Egg is a sorcerer. There was lightning going everywhere. It was weird, and I don't understand. I went back and watched it, and I'm still confused.
It was all there. It was all there, buddy.
Anyway, Lo Pan can only be killed once he's turned back to a human. And that happens after the ceremony is complete. And it's Egg's destiny to stop him. Lo Pan rushes the ceremony, escapes through a passage. Jack and Gracie chase after, and Wang goes a different direction. They pursue, and it appears that Lo Pan has turned to flesh again. Jack confronts him by throwing a knife at him, and he misses. Lo Pan picks up the knife and throws it back at Jack. But remember those reflexes from earlier? That's right. Jack catches the knife and immediately returns it straight to Lo Pan's forehead.
And it's awesome.
It is pretty cool. The final storm guy gets real sad and blows himself up. And I mean like a balloon blows himself up.
Also pretty awesome.
They run and escape, having saved Gracie, Miao Yin, and Jack's truck. And just like that, the same way he rode in, Jack saddles his steed and rides off into the sunset.
Amen. I hope you were done.
No, I was. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah, I really feel like this movie is best enjoyed having a shot of whatever Egg's elixir is.
Six Demon.
Is
It's
that what
all.
he
It
called
was
it? Is
all
it-
there. Yeah.
Is that what he called it?
You just weren't listening, bro.
There's so much exposition happening that my
Yeah.
brain just shut off.
And I think the production kind of explains why.
Mm.
So, this movie was originally penned by Gary Goldman and David Weinstein in like 82.
Mm.
And when they were writing it, you're right. It was supposed to be a Western. It was 100% supposed to be a Western. But let's see. Weinstein had a fascination with the Tong Wars of the 19th century San Francisco Chinatown. And what's his name? The other guy. Goldman just really loved kind of Hong Kong movies of the time. And he saw the movie The Butterfly Murderers, and it had mysticism with modern sensibilities. This also uses, so I'm trying to avoid it because I'm almost positive it's not culturally appropriate. This keeps using the word Oriental, which I don't think that's culturally accurate. But of the Eastern or Chinese, I think specifically mysticism and modern sensibility. So they had originally written it and was titled Lotus. And the plot was pretty close to the same in that there was a cowboy, Wiley Prescott, and his Chinese railroad worker friend, Sun. And the movie starts out with them meeting Sun's fiance, Lotus, as she arrived in San Francisco. Same thing. But are opposed by the sorcerer Lopan, who captures Sun's fiance and separates Prescott from his horse, and as the story progresses into the mythical realm. And that got greenlit. That was going that way. But as they were moving on, it got optioned to 20th Century Fox, and that led to them essentially letting Goldman and Weinstein go and bringing in Richard to update, to give it a modern take. And he tried to keep a lot of the things, but what's really interesting is he did a deep dive into Chinese mythology, and one of the things that was really important to him, and I think this is reflective in it, because I have the way I want to describe this movie later, that I think this makes that more true. But let's see. Richard expressed a desire that the Chinese aspects of it be as authentic as possible, despite coming from a white writer, contrasting his approach with modern criticism of Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan being a character that was kind of like a Poirot, but of Chinese descent. But I do think that his character, his books are littered with racism. But with this modern take and all of that, they had contacted John Carpenter, to direct it before, and he passed on it. He was like, this is too weird. It's too weird. And then when Richard came on to rewrite it, gave it a little more of a comedy perspective, made it more modern, all that stuff. Then Carpenter was like, I like this idea. This is pretty good. And they actually were friends from college, and they were able to kind of work really well off of each other to create what was then the script, that what it became.
Interesting.
And Carpenter had a great fondness for Hong Kong films. He loved movies coming from Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm.
And so he wanted to, he kind of had a desire to make a movie like that, and found that this was his moment to make his own kung fu movie. And so he came in. They originally were going to try to hire a few different people to do Jack Burton's part. Originally, they were looking at Clint Eastwood and Jack Nicholson. Both were unavailable, and the studio thought Kurt Russell was a good choice, up-and-coming young actor, and Carpenter had already worked 3 movies with him.
Mm-hmm.
Elvis, Escape from New York, and The Thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they came together, and even at that point, Kurt Russell was a little hesitant to be like, I don't know about playing like another like manly man hero kind of guy. And then when he read the script, he was like, oh no, I could do that. And so this movie does have that feeling of like a Western, because it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, the horse is the semi truck.
Yeah.
And I do like that they tried to honor, you know, the Chinese aspects, and they do admit, they're like, we did make up some stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but anything we were trying to use, we tried to make it as authentic as possible. And a lot of the actors that they chose, that they hired in, are they're Chinese American, but a lot of them either are first generation American, or when they were here, when they were born here, whatever it might have been, they actually went back to China and spent time in China and education in China, and then came back. Or they got actors who were just directly from China. But like Victor Wong, Chinese, James Hung, Chinese, Donald Lee, I think he was actually born in China.
Mm-hmm.
The Thunders, is that what they were called? The Thunders?
The Storms.
The Storms. One is
Thunder,
Thorn,
lightning.
Rain, Lightning. They are all Chinese. The only one I couldn't like confirm was Susie Pai, who played Miao Yin.
Yeah.
Couldn't really confirm her background. Could confirm that she was the, I don't know what they call it. Oh, I just blanked on it. She was the Penthouse Model of the Month. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I can't confirm that, but I cannot confirm her background.
Yeah, she was born in Ohio.
Yeah, that's why I can't.
So
She could be anywhere, man, at that point. I do believe Dennis Dun was also Chinese background. I do want to clarify, this one was interesting, not that it matters, because I don't know too much about Chinese background or anything, but they were speaking Cantonese for the most part.
mm-hmm.
So a lot of the Chinese aspects that they were working with the actors was of Cantonese background.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So if someone who may know more about China might actually know what regions are more Cantonese focus rather than Mandarin focus, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not an expert,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, just a really interesting kind of writing. And this is how I would describe this movie. It seems like it's a movie that wants to honor and to create something authentically or respectful to Hong Kong movies and China and Chinese mythology.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also clearly a white guy writing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, there's aspects where it's like, I get what you're trying to do, but ask for help.
Yeah. Yeah. There were many times in this movie that I was like, is this inappropriate?
Yeah,
Or is this okay?
I had that thought too. And I think that thought comes from like, this is clearly like a white guy writing it. Or
Mhm.
like the pre-production side was clearly like white guy writing it, white guy director, whatever it might be. But there is like a clear appreciation, respect, and connection to the Chinese culture.
Mhm.
It feels like that's partially why there's so much exposition. I
Mhm.
feel like some of the excess exposition is justified in that it's a movie made in America for an American audience that is
Mhm.
borrowing a ton from a culture that they know nothing of.
Yeah. That was something I really actually appreciated about this movie is Jack is the audience.
Yeah. Wang
And
Wang is sassy but also willing to explain everything.
yeah. And at one point, I don't remember who it was. Somebody explains something, and Jack just goes, "What?"
Yeah.
Like, excuse me, what did you just say?
I feel
And
like there's
that,
a few times that happens.
yeah, but no, but he like specific, like just the way that he says "what"
Yeah.
just got me because it was like it didn't make any
I think
sense.
it was the scene right after they had gotten out of Lopan's area the first time,
Mm-hmm.
where the storms broke in through the ceiling,
Yeah,
and then he like they explain it. He says what, and then they try to move on, and he's like, what does he say? I'm a very reasonable guy, but I just saw a lot of unreasonable things.
yeah.
And then Wang's response is like, you want to know the truth? We don't know.
Yeah. Oh, knowing that this was like originally a Western also explains why Kurt Russell talks like John Wayne the entire time.
That was actually a choice by Kurt Russell.
I know, but
Yeah.
if you're getting the cues of this is a Western,
Right.
like,
Apparently he chose that because the excessive bravado felt important in building up the character and the dilemma of the character,
mhm.
or the counterculture of what this character is in this movie.
Mhm.
You know. So let's talk about him. Let's talk about him. So we have Kurt Russell playing Jack Burton, and Jack Burton is a loudmouth, full of himself trucker
Mhm.
who, like you said, he pontificates to CB radio to no one apparently, or to whoever will listen.
Whoever listening.
And there's so much bravado and confidence in what he's saying, but he's not really saying anything.
He's not saying anything.
What's the top? What is it? All right. When some wide-eyed 8-foot-tall maniac grabs your neck, taps the back of your favorite head up against a barroom wall, and he looks you crooked in the eye, and he asks if you paid your dues, you just stare that big sucker right back in the eye and remember what old Jack Burton always says at a time like this. Have you paid your dues, Jack? Yes, sir. The check is in the mail. What is that? None of that means anything. I do love the setup of Jack Burton always says at a time like this. Yeah. Because I think the joke is that he never says the same thing.
Right. Because I think
what's the last one is like, what the hell?
Just remember what old Jack Burton does when the earth quakes and the poison arrows fall from the sky and the pillars of heaven shake. Yeah, Jack Burton just looks at the big old storm right square in the eye and he says, give him the best shot. Give him your best shot, pal. I can take it.
Oh, yeah, that's right after it.
Yeah, it's right there.
109 people felt it was helpful.
Hey, it's helpful.
Yeah.
Because we got to remember what old Jack Burton says. I think he said it one more time.
Yeah, the actual last one is old Jack always says, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, that's it. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
How does that help in this particular situation? Kurt Russell does wonderfully. He understood his job. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of known from the get-go that his character was going to be this obnoxiously confident character. I think Kurt Russell says it like he's on his ass as much as he wins.
Mm-hmm.
So like he just fumbles about. He knocks himself out right before a fight.
Yeah.
You know,
which I think is really funny because like most of the time he's not actually doing anything well.
Right.
And then every once in a while he has his
moments.
He has his moments. Yeah.
And his moments are fun. Mm-hmm. They're definitely fun.
Yeah.
When they first get into Lopan's place and they do the like phone company thing, like he has like a little rotary phone in his hand that he's just carrying. He's like, phone company. It's like, wait, is that what phone company people do?
Yeah.
But yeah, like reasonably respectfully, he does have good reflexes.
Mm-hmm.
He can fight from time to time. He does have agility and strength because when Eddie and Wang are going to where Margo and Gracie are imprisoned,
mm-hmm.
Jack like arm scoots down pipes that are like that's hard.
Yeah,
that's a show of strength. Like he's no pushover in that sense.
No,
he's just a dummy. He's just a dumb guy.
Just a big old dummy.
He does have he does have kindness in his heart.
Mm-hmm.
Even with the gambling with Wang and everything, like there is a camaraderie there that is respectful. He doesn't really seem to judge anyone too much.
I think really his only flaw, maybe not his only flaw, his biggest flaw is being a little bit too much of a womanizer.
And I think that
feel like womanizer's too strong.
No, that is too strong because I think it's that he believes that everyone sees him as a very confident person.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's trying to overcompensate for that. And so with Gracie, who he finds very attractive, which here's the thing. A person can find another person attractive. A person who finds another person attractive can go and, introduce themselves, see how it works. If they're rejected, cool. If the person's like, hey, I am also interested, cool. That is totally fine. That is perfectly fine. His problem is that he believes his major character, the thing that people look at and go, this is the best part of Jack Burton, is that bravado.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a good person. He's a courageous person. He's all these things.
Yeah.
And the bravado kind of takes from that. It doesn't allow that to shine. And so with Gracie, he just doesn't know how to really talk with women.
Maybe it just comes back to him being a big dummy.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's how I feel about it. Like
because Gracie, they make a point that Gracie's all brains, basically.
Right.
Like if he encounters other attractive women who aren't as like, what's the right word that I want to use here? Who aren't as like
easily like Gracie?
Like Gracie, because she is very much like.
I think Gracie we'll talk about her in a second, but I think she's smart. She's very savvy.
Yeah, and she's focused on
and she's independent. Ultimately, she's independent.
So and she's not swayed by good looks. And she even says like that in their first conversation, he says something about like, oh, you wouldn't do a blah blah, and she's like, oh no, I would, but something I don't remember exactly what.
No,
it was.
She first goes no, and he's like, why not? It's not like I smell, and she's like, you need to stand downwind from you.
Yeah, she does do that, but she does suggest like, hey, just because like I would be interested in talking to an attractive guy, however,
right,
blah blah blah. But I think he's not used to that kind of comeback.
I think he's just not used to someone deconstructing him so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Because the fact of the matter is Gracie immediately deconstructs him.
Yeah.
He is a man who uses his bravado as a crutch. Regardless of how good his heart is or how kind he is, because he's willing to do a lot of courageous, good, kind things in this through the time we follow him.
Yeah, I think he does have the expectation of, oh, I'm a hero, and therefore I do deserve
something,
the reward,
right?
Because when he saves them and they're like going through the sewer, and he comes up, and she's like, "Where's Jack?" And then he comes up from the water, and she's like, "Oh, you're alive!" And then he kisses her, and then she's like, "No." And he's like, sorry, got caught up in the moment.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, I don't think he's, saying womanizer was definitely too strong of a thing. He definitely comes off as like a little bit weird with women.
Here's where I think we might be able to figure this out. He's not being a womanizer because he's trying to be a womanizer, in the sense of he believes women are prizes for men, or they're lower, or anything like that. I think that he's watched, like Jack Burton as a person has watched too many
He's
John
seen too
Wayne
many Westerns.
Yeah, he's watched too many Westerns, too many John Wayne movies, and he just kind of like thinks that's how you're supposed to talk to women and how those relationships build. And then Gracie's pushback is an immediate like, oh, I'm wrong about this. And he does learn more as he goes along, where he's just like, oh, you know, that's not how it goes.
I did appreciate that there was growth in that area for him, of like their first interaction was bad.
Yeah.
Middle interaction, still not great. By the end, he had, it didn't feel like it was an unearned.
Right. Well, and in the end, he chooses not to.
Yeah.
Like, he kind of, which is still his dumb bravado of of the cowboy riding off into the sunset by himself.
Which he does make a comment at the very beginning of like, oh, when my first wife used to always say blah blah blah. Do we think he was actually ever married?
No, I think he's lying the whole time. That's the thing. I don't actually think with like Wang or Egg or Gracie, I don't think he's lying to any of them. I don't think he lies to any of them. I think to that CB radio,
he's just telling stories.
He's just telling stories. He's just a storyteller. We're defending this man too much. Yeah, I think he's just making stuff up just to pass the time so he doesn't fall asleep and kill himself on the
he's
ride.
Just
like, he's just a big dum-dum. Strong
guy who's handsome, has a great mullet.
He is conventionally handsome. Like if someone were to say handsome, it's so funny because his outfit doesn't make a lick of sense to me. He has knee-high boots, skinny jeans, a tank top, and then his jacket over it. And he's constantly in a state of trying to take his jacket off. Yeah. But
and he really just wants to get his truck back.
Yeah.
He wants his money and he wants his truck.
His true companion is his truck. Much like a cowboy and his horse. There's probably a joke in there somewhere, but Gracie, the Law last name is a little on the nose. Having an attorney named last name Law.
Is she an attorney?
Yeah, she's a lawyer.
Missed that part.
Yeah, you missed a lot, dude. When you were going through your recap, I was like, were you not? You got to watch it with captions, I think.
Apparently. The problem was, when
Did you
I
watch this
it,
at like 2 a.m?
I was like way tired, and I guess I just wasn't like fully paying attention to what was going on. There's just certain things would happen. I'm like, I don't know what just happened.
Yeah. So
I apologize for I know I missed a lot of stuff in that. Like as I was reading it back, I was like, there's stuff missing from this. I know there is.
So when Gracie first goes to Uncle Chu's restaurant, I guess Wang's restaurant, Eddie, I don't know if Eddie's the one who says it, but they go, "Oh, you're here," and then they're like, "Don't trust her. She's a lawyer." I think she's an immigration lawyer. I think that's what they're trying to
say there.
Because the girl she saves at the airport, I think, was coming to America to get her citizenship or something. Like they kind of make reference to it. They never say clearly, but I do think she's like an immigration lawyer. But she's great.
Because her friend was a reporter.
Right. Margo is a reporter.
And I remember that.
Yes. how'd you say her name? Cattrall?
Cattrall?
Cattrall? Is that it?
Kim Cattrall?
Kim Cattrall. Uh, she's great. I think she's really funny. I
Mm-hmm.
think her over the top portions are really clever, and she has really good character development in that she's pretty level-headed and has a propensity to believe in the mysticism and everything. Um, but she has a pretty good head on her shoulders. Case in point, when Lopan kidnaps her and has her all dressed up, she's faking the trance, the first trance, and is able to kind of
Mm-hmm.
get out of it for a bit until lightning bolt or whatever somehow uses his lightning magic, and then that puts them into another trance.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, hey, you missed some things, but I agree. Not everything makes sense.
Apparently, I was so distracted by the things that didn't make sense that I didn't catch the things that do make sense.
That were clear. But Kim
Yeah,
Cattrall did a really good job. I thought she was really funny,
mm-hmm.
and I believed her character. Like everything, it just felt like she was looking to help people,
Yeah,
and I believed it the whole time.
there was the like slightly annoying element of her character that was impatient.
Right. Yes.
Like everything was, they're taking too long. And it's like he just went inside.
Right.
He just got there.
Eddie going like, it's been 10 minutes.
Yeah. And so I think that's the one negative of her character was that like in that way she was annoying.
Right.
Everything else was like, no, she's a strong woman. She's smart. She knows what she's doing. She's looking out for other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. She's
Great.
Yeah. No qualms. Wang Chi.
Wang.
I love Wang Chi. He's great.
Wang's, yeah.
He's awesome. An excellent, what appears to be, I'm not an expert, but excellent martial artist.
He's probably the actual
he's the main
hero.
character. He's the main character. I think somewhere I read that one of the crux of the movie for Carpenter and Russell was they wanted to make sure that Jack Burton was the sidekick who thought he was the superhero.
Mm-hmm.
And Wang Chi is the actual superhero. He has a wonderful balance of modernity, but belief and faith and understanding of the history.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just a cool character. Like really, he's just a really cool character.
Yeah, he's kind of this hopeful guy for his future, and like he's gambling, but he's got like his family restaurant. He's got like all these things going for him.
Yeah.
He knows a lot about, even if he doesn't know a lot about it, he just has that like connection to his culture. Yeah.
And
and that guy is buff. When you first see him, he doesn't look like it because I think he's wearing some layers.
Yeah.
But after like once he starts like, I think he takes off his jacket and is like, oh, that dude, he's
ripped.
He can fight.
Yeah. And they have some scenes where they really like show it. It's honestly he doesn't have really that many movies under his belt. Um, and I think it's a shame that he wasn't hired for more, because I actually thought he was really great in it. I loved how he kind of held himself and how um I liked him as an actor.
Yeah, I'm curious if he ended up doing more um, stunt or like fight
Um,
choreography kind of stuff.
Let me see.
Because I feel often,
I don't actually think so.
maybe not
No. No, not really. He just ended up getting like a lot of like character roles
on shows and
on
stuff. Yeah.
shows. Yeah. He played the token Asian dude sometimes. Like, and that's a shame because he's really fun. Like, I think he's really cool.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. Anywho,
Anywho,
James Hong played David Lopan, and I was so pleased with him. I love James Hong. Like, I love him. He's so fun. Uh, he was still an older guy at that point, probably in his 40s, but
yeah.
he was super fun. He plays such a good villain.
Hmm.
Ridiculous, but so good. What year was he born? Where is he?
Yeah, that like both versions of that character are so weird. Uh, but I think he did the weird in just the right way. Um,
I think what's really fun about this movie is that um, everyone's kind of a weird character
yeah.
in their own kind of way. I guess Wong is a straight guy. Like, he's just normal.
Hmm.
He just accepts the world that he lives in.
Right.
But everyone else is kind of like a kind of goofy kind of comedy character or over the top or whatever. But it all really fits
Mm.
in the movie. Like, no one stands out and goes, "Oh, they don't belong in this movie." You know what I mean?
Right. Like I think it especially if you don't know what you're getting yourself into,
Right.
can be some shock of just what
Right.
what the world is. But it doesn't there would maybe the only character that I was like, what the was the monster.
Yeah.
Because that kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Uh,
Uh,
but
but
like the actual
the actual
characters, the
characters,
actors and everything, they
I
felt,
just I just love James Hong's voice.
yeah.
David Lopan. Like, he just has that like tone to his voice that's just
Hmm.
very funny. But also very serious too. Like, when he's the old man, when he has to be serious, he plays it so well.
Yeah.
And then he also is able to be goofy with it. And
Hmm.
he balances it so well. He's
Hmm.
so perfect. He's like, I don't know, I think he's like 2,000 years old or something like that. Uh,
Well, over 2000, because 2000 years ago was when he got cursed.
right. So just within that scope plays a great 2,000-year-old, you know? Some of the things he said, I'm like, that's a little outdated. And then I'm like, he's 2,000 years old. Of course it is. uh, but he's awesome. He's great. And then last one we'll spend a bit of time on. I love Victor Wong as well.
Hmm.
He's wonderful. Egg Shen is such a funny character. Um, when he was giving the little tour bus tour
Yeah.
and his little speech, his rhythm, his tone, his timing, he plays it perfectly. It's so good. It's
Mhm.
like this is what a tour guide for Chinatown to a bunch of like Americans would sound like.
Right.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Perfect. It's so good. But yes, he is a sorcerer, and his job, what he's been waiting for, is Lopan to become mortal so that he could kill him.
Mhm.
And the scene. So here you go. Here's the here's some background on this, because Egg is the main person in it. So the scene with the attorney in the beginning of the movie,
Yes.
what that really doesn't connect to anything else,
Mhm.
was put in there 1,000% because the studio heads were probably racist. And what I mean by that is that the studios could not fathom that Wang was the main character
Mm.
and that Jack Burton was the sidekick.
Mm.
They could not wrap their heads around it. And so, as something to placate them, Carpenter put this little scene in the beginning where Egg is basically giving praise to Jack
Jack, yeah.
to make him sound like the hero, just so that the studio would shut up.
For sure. Yeah, because they're like, tell us about Jack Burton. And
Right.
he's like, leave him alone.
Exactly.
He's a hero.
He's
I think
yeah,
is actually
exactly.
what he says. It's like, I mean, technically he's the guy who kills Lopan.
That is,
but
that is legitimately why they had to put that in. That scene wasn't anywhere. That scene was only because of the note from the studio. And he was like, well, we could do this reshoot real quick and then have Egg just kind of praising Jack,
Mhm.
making him sound like this great guy, and then start the movie as normal.
Mhm.
Which, yes, I think if you were to watch this movie and skip that first 2 minutes, if they had a cut where it just started after that,
Mhm.
I think it could have been even better of a movie.
Yeah,
Like, I
think,
legitimately think those first 2 minutes kind of makes it kind of like, wait, why did that happen? But if you just start the movie right after it, you never have that.
yeah. If it just starts with Jack talking on the radio,
Yeah, that's where it was supposed to start.
that's a good movie there.
Yeah. But I also love Victor Wong. I think he's such a fun little character. I say little because he's kind of short, and he kind of
Mhm.
like, I feel like he had an injury or something.
Mm.
Maybe, I never thought this yet. Maybe a stroke?
Maybe
Because I feel
the
like
one side of
one
his
side
face
of his
is
face kind of droops a little. So I'm wondering if that's what it is. Because he does kind of, my dad had a stroke, and it's
Mhm.
very similar in what it is. I had never thought of that, but that could have been it. Whatever it might have been, he's just he's shorter than everyone, and he just kind of like moves along. But he's so fun.
Mhm.
I like that he was one, like, the wise man of the group, the old wise man. But I also like that he just seemed annoyed with everyone at times.
Yeah.
The elevator scene where he's like, hey, you know what? I feel pretty good.
Mhm.
And then Wang's like, you know what? I've got a lot of positivity. Like, I'm feeling good. And then all the guys are kind of like touching each other's shoulders, being like, yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. And if you
Yeah.
look at Egg's face, he like looks at Jack and he's like, and then he just turns and he's like he almost rolls his eyes. He's just like, ugh.
He just Yeah, I noticed that that he just has that like what is like you guys.
I do think that is because he is so inundated with sorcery and magic and everything, and then seeing these
He's used to
people,
all of this,
right,
yeah.
and then seeing these people with the simplest form of magic just
Hmm.
being wowed by it.
Yeah.
He's just like, see it every day, guys. See it every
Yeah.
day.
Well, and even when Jack is like, all right, is this real? And he's like, yes, that one is real.
Oh, I know we're gonna get to it, but let's see. Um, it's my favorite. I don't know why this one was really funny. So Jack, it's right after that, and then Jack goes, "Oh yeah." When the two soldier guys go,
Hmm.
he goes and he's like, "Are they real?" He's like, "Yeah, they're real. They're preparing for the thing." And then he goes, "What's in the flask, egg? Magic potion? Yeah, that's good. Oh, thought so. Good. What do we do? Drink it? Yeah, good. Thought so." I just love the idea of him like having no clue about any of this, but then like giving himself a point of being like, I bet you there's a magic potion in there. I
Yeah.
bet you got to drink it. And him giving himself like a A+ for it.
Oh, I was right.
Yeah,
I knew it.
that's good. Alrighty. Um, let's see. Margo. Margo's kind of a fun character. News reporter, probably like a columnist or
Hmm.
like an opinionist piece, and is just really looking for her story to break her out, and then she literally gets demons. Like
Mm-hmm.
her story is magic, demons, monsters, and that's what she has to write. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, no one's gonna believe this.
Good luck with that. Yeah.
um, Eddie. Eddie's a fun little character. Eddie feels the most sidekick of them all. I feel like they had to bring in a character that was legitimately a sidekick,
Yeah.
and that's what Eddie was.
Yeah. I I love the scene where Eddie and Wong or they go like they're saving um Gracie and Margo and Egg from the cages and Eddie and Wong like pull out the guns and immediately just get beat up
Yeah,
for for a moment and then uh Wing like holds his own but it's just this funny scene of like all right we're gonna sneak up on them guns knocked out of their hands and then Eddie's just kind of like I don't know
yeah. He gets
I
hurt
don't
a
know
bit.
why
He does.
it's
He
just
does. He does have some fight behind him, but
mm-hmm,
he does get whomped quite a bit.
mm-hmm.
The storms. I love the design. I thought it was really interesting. I don't. Again, I don't know much about historical Chinese mythology and everything, but I thought the costumes were really cool. The big hats.
Yeah.
They add something to it for sure.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure those were exaggerated.
Yeah.
However, I know that those are inspired by like
Yeah.
actual historical.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I do like the idea of the three different aspects. So there's lightning, there's rain, and thunder. I do
Mm-hmm.
like that thunder, his whole, and it makes sense for thunder. But he's just pouty.
Yeah.
He's just pouting all the time. We do seem to get a lot of thunder
Mm-hmm.
and rain. I think rain was the other one who was in the suit, who had the long hair. I don't remember.
Right.
I don't remember lightning having a alter ego, a modern alter ego. I don't think he
I
did.
feel like he did, but I don't remember.
I only remember thunder and rain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just realized that. I was like, I don't think I remember Let's see. Hopefully they don't have some random ass guy photoshopped into.
Yeah, because Rain, he had like
He had the ponytail.
the long hair and like the
Yeah.
sideburn
Yeah.
thing, right?
Yes. And then Thunder was the short-haired guy with the suit.
Yeah.
But I don't actually think that Lightning had his own modern guy outfit.
He just has the
I think he's just in his main costume the whole time. There's no screenshot of it. Yeah, interesting. Maybe they had a cutscene with him in it, but I also think that Lightning is supposed to be the like main guy. Because he has that shiny metal thing on his chest. That's his armor, but he does have a scene without the hat when he's putting the spell over them.
Yeah.
That's him, but I don't actually think I think he's still in his like Lightning outfit.
I think so too.
It's just a weird interesting. Actually, I think he keeps his hat on the whole time. Because even at the end, he has his hat on. I'm sure someone will correct me on what it's actually called. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, they were cool. Let's see if there's any others that I want to go over.
Not really. Everybody else is just kind of
Malin she's just there for the looks.
Yeah. She
has like one or two lines.
Something. Yeah.
I think she calls out to Wang. That's about it.
And kisses Wang
right.
at the end.
Right. Uncle Chu, he's fun. Just plays a great older uncle character.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, I forgot what the other group is called. The good guy gang.
Good guy gang.
The good guy gang. Are they the Chang Sing? Is that the good guy one?
I couldn't remember
or
which.
Wing Kong. Wing Kong. No, the Wing Kong are the bad the Lopan group. And so the Chang Sing is the yellow group. The group that is helping Jack and Wang. So
the Chang Sing are having their recently assassinated. Yeah.
Yeah. So Chang Sing, a lot of their guys are really cool. I really like their greeting.
Oh yeah.
Or they're like, there was just one point where in the funeral gang fight where every time a Chang Sing would like get the upper hand, they would like make eye contact with someone and be like, and do the hand thing. But it's just like, do you guys have to do that every time? Is that your way of saying like, hello, I'm
safe? Is now the time to be doing that?
I knocked a guy out.
Yeah. Honestly, when they did that and then the storm showed up, I was like, are they summoning? Is that what they're doing?
Oh.
Because that's what it felt like they were doing. But it turns out they weren't doing that. They weren't. That was their like.
That was just their way of doing it.
Because even in the last fight, Jack does something and one of the guys turns to him and
he's like,
and does the hand gesture.
I wish we as Americans had cooler hand, because like I feel like it's a position in martial arts as much as it is like a hand sign. Mm-hmm. And what do we have?
A thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Rock and roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's move on. What did you think of the movie visually?
I really struggled with the editing of this movie.
Yes.
The editing is not great.
No,
Um,
I
and
will agree with that.
there's a lot of like editing rules that they broke.
Oh,
And
interesting. Could you
yeah,
elaborate on that at all?
we've kind of talked about it before, but there's the what is it, the 180-degree rule, where like if you have a line and you have action happening from the camera's perspective. So for example, the chase where they're driving the truck down the alleyway and Egg is driving his tour bus. The tour bus is coming from the right to the left of the screen,
Right.
and the truck is coming from left to right.
Right.
So when we cut two scenes involving those characters or those vehicles, they should always be facing that direction.
Right.
In that scene, it like
It
cuts
switches.
it cuts into the cab of Egg driving, and it switches which direction he's facing, and it really just throws off
Right.
the sense of space when that happens, because all of a sudden he's facing the other direction but his vehicle's still going the one way. So they did that a lot. And there were some other things, but that was like the one thing that stuck with me, of like they keep switching other editing. It's not so much editing rules, but just more of like you could tell
Conventions.
when they were they were editing. You know how sometimes a lot in movies now, sometimes a lot in movies nowadays, they add so many cuts that you can't really see the action that's happening.
Right. Yeah.
I feel like this movie did the opposite of, there's so many cuts to show you an action, but you still don't really know what's happening.
Right. I think
a cut
it
to
was
a punch.
Right. It does.
And you're like, where did that come from?
A lot of the fight editing is a little rough.
Mm-hmm.
Which sucks, because it's clear that they have really good fight choreographers.
Yeah.
That they probably brought people in from Hong Kong to work on it. But it's edited in an American way. Like, I remember it was either someone examining Jackie Chan or it was Jackie Chan himself. And they were talking about how fight scenes in China and fight scenes in America are different. And one of the ways that China is different is they go through all this work to create this beautiful choreography of martial arts. And they make sure that the shot is done in a way that you kind of see it from start to finish, and that the only cut is when the stunt is happening. So, maybe it's like punch, kick, punch, punch, kick, punch, kick, punch, flip. And they'll keep the shot the whole time until the flip.
Right.
And then at the flip, that's when they change it to then produce that, like, the stunt effect, which oftentimes, especially with Jackie Chan's martial arts production company, his stunt company, their hits look really hard. Yeah. But they're doing it in a way that, is safe and all of that stuff. And an American, particularly Marvel is kind of the one that gets really slapped on the hand for it as far as reviews or examinations go. And the idea is simply that they go through all the trouble of creating really effective, really beautiful choreography for their fight scenes. And then they just like zoom in, and then they cut and cut and cut and cut and cut and cut and cut. And so like you kind of know what some of the hits are doing, whatever it is, but it's not the actors producing the action, it's the cuts that is trying to produce the action.
Right.
And that's still true. That's still true, because I just watched the new Captain America. I thought it was great. I thought Anthony Mackie is a great Captain America. I think that
Hmm.
there's a great future for him in that. But some of the fight scenes sucked because just they were cut so much so you couldn't really tell what was happening.
Hmm.
And the choreography was really cool. Like you could tell there was something really cool there. You just couldn't make out exactly what it was. Or it
Right.
didn't hold your breath in of like, who's gonna win this? Whatever it is, it's just cut, 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 cut.
Hmm.
And I think to some of the older, Bruce Lee, Jet Li, Jackie
Yeah.
Chan, um, I'm blanking on his name. Oh no! I also
Uh,
I don't want to say it wrong. Oh yeah, Chow Yun Fat. Um,
oh yeah.
I was like, he's another big guy in all of this stuff, but these are all people who worked in the Hong Kong scene and really delivered
Right.
amazing action sequences. And this movie just felt like it was inspired by all of that, but didn't
Hmm.
actually learn.
Yeah. Yeah. It was. I think that's what made the cuts weird because it was still had too many cuts, but it felt like they were trying to make the cuts feel more like the Chinese style
Right.
of editing, but it just makes it so you have this like we're very much seeing this punch happen. But where did that punch come from?
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Agreed. Yeah.
it made, and in some ways it makes the fight scenes feel more chaotic because it's just like here's a guy kicking somebody and then all of a sudden we're jumping over to this
Right.
thing, and so it does make it feel probably bigger. And I wonder if that's why they did it, is because if they had a smaller, like they had several guys doing the stunts,
Right.
but they're on a sound stage.
Right.
There's only so many people they can fit up there at a time, so let's make it seem like there's more going on than there
Right.
actually is.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I think the editing
Editing was a little weird.
was difficult. You could also tell, which I thought was just kind of funny. It is kind of a fun way to be like, oh, here's how they were trying to do the camera tricks
Uh-huh.
to hide certain elements. So when he's in the wheelchair and he's going down the big slope, and at the end there's the well.
Right.
And so there's the one scene where you see him hanging off the well from behind,
Uh-huh.
and then it shows him from the front where he's like slowly inching himself forward. But if you
Uh-huh.
look at it, you can tell that wheelchair is nowhere near the well.
Uh-huh.
And then he jumps out and pushes the chair back.
Right.
So that it falls into it. So there's some things where it's like, oh, they're doing some fun
Right.
hiding here, but
Right.
it's very obvious.
Right. Yes. I get what you're saying there. So let's talk about that because I feel like that falls under, visual effects.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the visual effects are so good.
There's some crazy
Like
visual effects.
wild. And then some of them they were rushed.
Yeah.
You made the what did you call, wait, how did you refer to it? Oh, from the Ninja Turtles.
No. Which one?
Crack?
The Krang?
Krang.
Yeah.
Krang.
Krang. Yeah.
I
For those that don't know, Krang is the big brain thing
in the tummy of the robot.
in the tummy of the robot. Yeah.
But maybe slight correction. I think it's a D&D character.
Oh, you think it's the what is the eye of
Eye
the
guy.
beholder?
Yeah. I
A
think
beholder?
yeah, I think that's what it's supposed to be. Like they tried real hard to do all the like Chinese references and everything, but I think they put in one.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of is.
But I will say,
is a beholder not just a Krang with many eyes?
Yeah, no, it could be. Either way, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
The puppetry on it was outstanding. When it licked its wounds, I genuinely was like,
oh, yeah. That was.
How did they do that? I have to imagine it's like a sock, and they're just like
a hand coming out. And like,
I have to imagine that's what it is, but how it did that, but then the eyes are still articulating.
That was one of those moments where it's like, we didn't need that, but boy, was that fun to watch.
Yeah. Completely unnecessary. I had a big on that. Completely unnecessary, but really cool. Like whatever the budget aspect of that, worth it. Not worth it was the little dog creature thing that I don't fully understand. Like what?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a mythology thing that like connects the dots to it. Here's what I think. I think that there is an aspect of Lopan that connects more to the fact that he is intertwined with the demon of the East. And I think that like he gets creatures from the underworld or from the beyond, whatever it may be. But they just didn't have time to connect that. And that's why these like random ass creatures are here in our world, and why there's only 2, you know? The problem is there's 3.
There's 3?
Remember the angelfish thing that like comes out of the wall?
Oh yeah, the giant
and he throws the magic thing and he's like, "You will come out no more." And then Jack's like, "What won't come out? What was that?"
I think he says, "What was that? Don't tell me."
Yeah. I will say that scene genuinely kind of scary. Like it had a moment for me where I was like, "Oh, jump scare." But then I was like really looking at the creature. I'm like, that is a freaky looking creature. Good job, team.
It comes out of, like, I think they do a good job of setting it up where it's like, oh, it sounds like something's breathing under the water. And then that thing just goes,
right. Well, there is the one guy who like hears something coming through the hole and then he like turns to look and that's why it attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A urine?
Excuse you? I know. Do
you
have to go to the bathroom?
Yiren is the Chinese wild man or the Chinese Bigfoot. And I think that's essentially what that.
You want to type that into the chat so I can at least look at it?
It's why. Yeah.
No, you could spell it. I'm not going to be able to. I got to see it.
Yeren.
Yiren? Because I think with Y-E, it has like a Y sound.
Yeah.
Doesn't it pronounce it?
I don't know. Nothing I've found has pronounced it so far.
Oh, we're so entertaining.
Oh, music.
I know. What the?
It's a cryptid.
Oh, okay.
Greetings on this channel.
Oh, hi. Who's talking to us?
I don't know.
Yaren.
No, I don't trust this motherfucker.
It's basically the Chinese Bigfoot.
Oh, okay. Wait, let's see.
Urine.
I guess, maybe.
Yeah, I feel like the way that you're doing it is more accurate.
I do think
urine.
Yeah, it's not urine. You're in a bit of trouble. See how I went away from.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard that.
Urine. I think there's an emphasis that we're just unaware of.
So that's what a Google search suggests that creature's supposed to be. And one of the photos is even that creature specifically.
Creature, oh.
So
I don't know, man. More visual effects. When thunder blows up, it's so dated. It's so clearly John Carpenter, but it's so good. It's so, oh man, I love a good inflated person, like practical effects inflated person.
It's of that era of effects that look so uncanny, but also are just like stick with you.
Yeah,
I think they did it in this one in like
so like AI when AI makes graphics, there's an uncanny valley that like you see it and your brain goes, that's fake.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something to practical effects that like your brain goes, I don't give a shit. Like I don't care if it's
yeah, it's like
I don't care.
I can tell that's awesome, a puppet,
but that's freaking cool.
I'm in.
Yeah, and that was definitely one of those scenes where it happened, and I was like, oh, they're going for it. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's awesome.
It's such a weird. I've seen that moment before, and it just gets crazy, and it's like, why does this happen? He just gets sad and blows up.
Like, well, yeah. But I think if you really think about the thunder character or like the idea of thunder, it makes perfect sense.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that was awesome.
They kind of hint at it when they're breaking out of the little prison cell that they're in.
Right.
That he starts to like take his deep breaths.
Right.
And they run away, and we don't really see what happens there. So then when we get that where he just like
really goes out
and his shoes like, pop open and like all I
thought he was just having a panic attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another aspect visually that was really, really great about this movie is the set design. The sets are so cool.
Mm-hmm.
It feels, I haven't been to the Chinatown in San Francisco, so I cannot attest to that, but I have been to Chinatown in LA, and there is something to the construction of some of those, like how they build the alleys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That the alley where they first start out, it's like, yep, that's what it feels like. That's kind of what it feels like. And low pans, everything. The office, it looks like a front. Then you move back. Storage looks like, storage, all that stuff. And then when they go down underground, all the little pieces feel really cool. The water chamber of death, that was genuinely like kind of like, I'm bothered freaky, by this. The little prison. But then going further, his mansion of sorts with all his old rich guy stuff. But then where the wedding is, I really love the neon lights. Like the two, like I really, really, really love that. 'Cause there's something so fun about taking these and, not to be culturally insensitive. I think they tried to create things that were reflective of things that are real, but weren't actual like gods or anything like that. But having that room outline the characters and the statues, it just made them pop in a way that, I don't know, I haven't really seen before. And I really haven't seen a set like that after.
Yeah, it was
such a unique set.
Is really interesting with like the big skull.
Yeah.
And then it has
which I'm assuming the skull is, either the six-armed god was the god of the East, or the skull is the reference to, the afterlife, whatever it might be.
Mm-hmm.
There's like good connections there. Like you feel like you kind of understand without knowing who those things are, what exactly they represent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Sorry, I just found it again. The eyes. So there's symbols and just some like accent lighting. That's the neon lights. And when I first saw this, I was paying attention to be like, was that hand drawn after, or is this legitimately in there? But it looks like the neon light is legitimately.
No, they're two
like
neon lights. Yeah.
In this scene where it's like his eyes, it outlines his eyes.
What were
It
those
outlines
lights
his
called?
teeth.
What were those lights called? Not just neon lights, the actual like word for those kind of lights, the kind of tubing with the.
I don't remember.
Lights.
Here we are.
Halogen
Again.
lights. Halogen lights.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even have to read that. I just remembered.
But yeah, this like just examining this screenshot. That's really cool what they did with shaping this skull, and like every tooth has lights around it and everything.
Yeah. It's truly an excellent set. I'd be really curious about within the neon lights as well. There are Chinese characters, written characters kind of on the walls too. I'd be really curious to what they are actually saying. But yeah, set design, great. Costume design, great. It's just all around visual effects for the most part, real good. The editing, not so good. Not so good. But I do enjoy a lot of the visuals. And not to rush through, but to rush through. I feel like John Carpenter directs movies just so he can make the music for the movies. So John Carpenter did the music as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I gotta say, pretty good soundtrack. Music was pretty good.
It was, yeah. This movie, if you think of iconic muscle guy in tank top video game,
Yeah.
that's what this movie is.
Yeah.
It feels like it feels like a video game in a lot of ways, in just like the ridiculousness of the story, the craziness of the things that are happening in it, and just being a normal guy with an automatic pistol.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna throw knives and shoot at this thing that is creating lightning.
I did appreciate that scene where they are collecting the guns, and then he's like, "I'll trade you," and then then he takes a shotgun from Eddie and then gives him the little gun. Yeah. So stupid. Yeah, but I actually really enjoyed the music. I actually thought the sound mixing and the sound effects were really fun. Nothing ever felt too loud or whatever it might have been. Again,
yeah, there was one time that it did, and I realized it was my headphones that adjusted. And I was like, why?
Why is this movie getting loud? Oh, it's me. It's me. I'm making it louder. Got it. Yeah. John Carpenter has such a weird, like, filmography. let's see. Hold on. He's composed a lot, and actually, he's written, composed, and directed a whole ton. But it's just funny that he has Big Trouble, Little China, Prince of Darkness, They Live with Rowdy Piper. And then he got real weird with Ghost of Mars. Yeah, and then Halloween, of course.
Of course.
It's so funny. Halloween, and then his next really big movie, or it was a TV movie, was Elvis. And then he did The Fog and Escape from New York, and then The Thing, like all back to back to back. He did Starman?
I just saw that too.
He did Starman? What the heck?
Funny.
That's crazy. Before Jeff Bridges got like really duded out.
Yeah.
We might have to put that on the list. Just because I want to watch Jeff Bridges kind of like not be the dude. Because even with like him and Iron Man being the villain, he was still kind of like, yeah, you know what I mean, man.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you got for this?
I definitely think this is a movie that when like you got to be prepared for it. I didn't know what to expect going into it, so I was just like really like, what's happening?
Right.
This is my first time watching it. So if you're listening to this and you've never watched this movie, just know that it is I think the way that I would describe it is it's everything that you would expect a B movie to be today. But this was made as a like feature,
but has like a little more charm to it.
Yeah.
It has more charm than a B movie.
Yeah.
I think this movie, because this movie isn't necessarily advertised in the way that it should be in some ways. It is a parody, but it is also an homage.
Yeah.
It is a parody. It's an homage to Hong Kong film, but it's also like, again, a parody, and like it has its own social commentary. But then I don't know if it's John Carpenter. I don't know if it's like how they built this. It has a large amount of campiness to it.
Yeah.
Like it is a very campy movie.
Yeah. Like the acting is all just a little bit too much, but not in a bad way. Just in a like, it's a lot.
But you know what makes it work? Because that's a good point. The acting is too much. But you know what makes the acting work? The pacing is so dang good.
Yeah.
This is such a well-paced movie.
Yeah.
Because when that moment of extreme happens in the action or in the acting, someone immediately has a line to move us forward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's always kind of moving. It's always moving. There isn't really like a dull moment, a quiet moment. And when there's a quiet moment, it's very intentional.
Yeah. No, yes, I agree with all of that. I think it's interesting because when you think of a B movie now, you think of like awkwardly paced, weird acting,
kind of
like
bad,
all of that stuff.
Like kind of bad, but like enjoyably bad. Sometimes it's just bad. Can you do me a favor? Hold on, before you finish that. What's a modern day B movie?
A modern day B movie? I mean, I guess it's not relevant anymore, but like Sharknado.
Is that B?
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like that's C.
You think that's a C tier?
Yeah. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But this one,
can you hear that siren?
I did not hear it.
Oh, okay.
it doesn't take itself too seriously in the best way.
In the best ways possible.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
But I think
All
I'll
righty.
save my next thoughts
Let's
for
see.
the review.
Let's see. Like I told my last wife, I says, honey, I never drive faster than I can see. Besides that, it's all in the reflexes.
What does that mean?
His one-liners are so funny because they don't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oh, wait. This one got me. Okay, you people sit tight, hold the fort, keep the home fires burning, and if we're not back by dawn, call the president.
Call the president.
Why is that your go-to? I don't. Maybe you can catch on to this. So they're drinking the Six Demon shot,
Mm-hmm.
and then Jack doesn't. He's hesitant. And then Wang Chi says, here's to the Army and the Navy and the battles they've won. Here's to America's colors, the colors that never run. And Jack goes, may the wings of liberty never lose a feather. I just didn't understand that because we have this whole movie really, really deeply embracing like this Chinese culture mythology. It just out of nowhere, Wang is the one who's just like, you're American.
Patriotic America. Yeah.
America.
Yeah, that seemed so out of place there.
And you know what? It's PG-13. Every PG-13 gets one F word. Well used. I thought it was great. When they find the hollow door and he just cuts through it and they like point to the door and Jack goes, hollow? Like, oh, sorry. I said that really weird. It says hollow and Wang goes, hollow. And then Jack goes, fuck it. And then he cuts it.
That's right. And he just
but he says it so quick and so like smooth. And I was like, hey, you get one and you did good.
Mm-hmm.
I do love his, we really shook the pillars of heaven, didn't we, Wang? Tried to do John Wayne in that. I will say, last thing on the plot, I kind of like him going on his own again. Like, I kind of like that there isn't the classic happy ending with the quote unquote hero and the girl.
Mm-hmm.
Where they clearly like each other.
Yeah.
But
by the end.
Yeah. But
I do love that he goes into that last battle with the makeup like all over his mouth.
Oh my gosh.
And he's being so serious and it's just like it's on his teeth.
And then then Gracie comes by and she's like, okay, you do that. Oh, wait. And then she rubs his face. And I was like, that is such good attention to detail to make the joke extra good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, when he goes into the brothel and he's like, Henry Swanson's my name and excitement's my game. And the lady's like, cash or charge? He's like, oh gosh, cash, I guess. I mean, it's not deductible, is it? And that was one of the things where you really had to have that moment of like, Jack Burton is a clever little man. Like he's a dum-dum, but he is clever. Like he knows what he's doing sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if there's anything else before we move on. And you know what? In our newest segment of least helpful quote on IMDb, the least helpful quote is Jack Burton saying, Wang.
Wang.
That's it. No exclamation point. No question. It's just a period. It just says Wang.
Nice.
So, there's that one. There are a bunch that don't have votes.
I do like that Wang teases him for not knowing what things say.
Yeah. Oh, is that one in here?
I'm trying to find it.
That one's really good. He's like, Wang, what does that say?
Yeah.
And he says some like random thing, and he's like, really? No, it just says keep out.
Oh yeah. What does that say? Hell of boiling oil. You're kidding. Yeah, I am. Just says keep out.
I just love that I think what makes this movie fun in that aspect where like you have those moments where like, is it insensitive? Whatever it might be, is they really take a moment to go like, this guy's an idiot. Like these are where the jokes are, because this is a guy out of his element in every facet.
Yeah.
And they're willing to kind of go with that. I don't know why this line's really funny, Gracie. When they're trying to plan stuff out and she decides to stay, she describes it as, I'd go in there with you, but they know my face and they'd want to push it in. It's such an 80s way to say someone's going to punch you in the mouth.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Hey, now it's time for the Review Rewind, where we take a look at a positive review, a negative review, and we see where we fall. Again, this movie, when it first came out, critically panned overall. Started to get like a cult following, but then I think when people really started to rewatch it once it hit home video, then there was a new appreciation for it. So a lot of the positive reviews that were coming in Metacritic and Rotten Tomato were actually from like 2001, 2006, times like that. So Metacritic, 53%. Rotten Tomato, 73%. Rotten Tomato audience, 82%. IMDb audience, 7.2. Why don't you give the green a read?
Who, me?
Who you?
The New York Times gave it an 80. What matters is the stunts and the spirit. And this latest set of exotic exploits of an of an indomitable hero, Kurt Russell, and a spunky heroine, Kim Cattrall, give good value.
Hey, this person clearly did not watch the movie.
Yeah,
because those are not the main two.
I would say that Kim Cattrall is the main heroine.
Yeah, but heroine in like a yeah, but not like what's the trope for like a not necessarily the heroine that always needs saving per se.
Right. But yeah, she's not the damsel in distress. I think
that's it. Damsel in distress.
But
yeah, I think she is the heroine.
This like
the indomitable hero is Wang.
Yeah. But
if Little John was full of himself and thought he was leading the Merry Men, that would be Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
But he's not the Robin Hood. Like, he's not the hero. Yeah, I don't think that person read it. I give it, stunts and spirit. It's fun. All right. Chicago Tribune, 25. Though the film does contain a few minutes of patented Carpenter camera magic, say that 5 times fast, it is unable to sustain either story or character. For all its flash and color, It is a dull film, an artless dig in Spielberg garden. I'm going to say this person's racist.
Yikes.
Because
An artless dig in the Spielberg garden.
do you get what I mean? Like that, they weren't aiming for Spielberg.
No.
They were aiming for Hong Kong film. Like that was their goal. Their goal was to create an homage to Chinese art and Chinese martial art and Chinese film. And to look at it as dull is, I can understand if you don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
But this movie doesn't feel dull, even if you don't get it. It has beautiful set pieces, great stunts, a wonderful mythology that it's building up in, great characters. Like, I don't know what aspect they're looking at it for dull. And to me, that just feels like they didn't understand what the material was that they were making an homage to, and thus made their opinion so, an artless dig in Spielberg garden. None of this feels Spielberg. That's the reason it bothers me even more. It's like, what part of this film feels like it's Spielberg-esque?
Yeah, I mean, I know Spielberg was just like doing so much in the 80s.
Yeah, this was 86, so this was 4 years after.
So I mean,
6 years after. Was the first Indiana Jones 80?
In 81 was Raiders of the Lost Ark.
81, okay.
82 was E.T.
So 5 years after Indiana Jones, which the studio was looking at, trying to figure out, like, hey, how do we make an Indiana Jones-esque kind of picture?
Mm-hmm.
But they went with this, you can see Indiana Jones as something that they're looking at as like, oh, let's try to make a character like that. And then they were like, never mind, we're going to go this direction.
Yeah.
They don't stay on it.
The one way that I could see that they pulled from it was the Temple of Doom.
Yeah. Which that was like 84.
That was 84. It was a little bit more. I could see more connection there. With the mystic kind of stuff going on there and like all of that. So maybe that's what they're referencing, but it's just like, yeah, because the only other movie that they could be referencing is The Color Purple. And it definitely wasn't that they're.
Well,
so
did you know? Yeah, I don't know. I think that review sucks. I am going to definitely disagree with I'm going to disagree with a majority of the critics. I think the critics were wrong. I don't think the critics knew what they were looking for. And I don't think they respect the homage. Like, especially in the 80s, I do think racism was involved to where
for sure
films from different countries didn't have the same respect. So the idea of an American director and writer paying homage to a foreign art form just feels way out of what they were expecting or knew or whatever it may have been. We were kids during VHS time. And even with that aspect of home movies, especially, did you have a rental place when you were growing up? Was there a place where you could rent home video, or not home videos, but you could rent VHS and stuff?
Yeah. We didn't have like Blockbuster or anything like that, but we did have. We
had Video Depot.
Yeah,
that was our place in the desert. We did have a Blockbuster, but Video Depot was the place to go. And I was exposed to so many different films and cultures and different things. You know, one of the reasons that I love Jackie Chan so much is when VHS came out, I think China really tried to jump on the home video market. And I think I saw a lot of old kung fu martial arts films, and I saw most of Jackie Chan's films.
Yeah,
I saw a bunch that I shouldn't have seen at certain ages, because I think I was like 8 when I saw Rumble in the Bronx. I should not have seen that movie when I was 8, because they have a scene where it gets very graphic, and it's yucky. But it's a great movie. But no, I don't. With that said, I think we had a benefit to being exposed to more culture and more art forms that weren't the standard Hollywood makeup of movies.
Yeah.
In the 80s, not so much.
And
I do think that there were tropes that existed within the zeitgeist of film where foreign films were like, oh no, those people don't know how to do it. But they like emphasize, I don't know how they do a hard R on those, but they, they, those people, those people. I
don't know why I tried to add the hard.
No, I don't know either. I appreciate the effort though. So I'm actually going to give this a B-.
All right.
And the reason I give it a B- is because I think the story is ambitious. I think the goal of the movie was really ambitious. And I think if you look at it from the perspective of someone who really loves the source material, and this is their way of doing like an Americanized version of that, not to like steal from it, but to make homage to the things they enjoyed. It's like, this is like a nice little comedy love letter to Chinese film. And and it makes me like it more. Yeah.
And I think it feels, having thought about the other things, like in Indiana Jones, because Chicago Tribune decided to bring Spielberg into this. In the Temple of Doom, there's a Chinese kid and there's a whole scene in China, and it does feel a little bit racist.
Right. Very racist.
In this one, it didn't feel like there were any like inappropriate stereotypes.
Right.
It didn't feel like they were making fun of the culture.
Right.
If anything, they were making fun of the white guy being in it.
Yes. It feels like they were really trying hard to pay respect to Chinese culture, the people of China, Chinese Americans. Like they were really trying to pay respect. And I give them a little bit of leeway in that if there was something that maybe felt as though it was uncomfortable, I feel like it was their effort to do the best they could, and they maybe just fell short out of naivete, not really out of having a certain perspective. Like Indiana Jones, for instance, they are harping on some like awful stereotypes in that film. There's no stereotype per se that I see that they're making fun of. Each character has their own little thing. Like, let's see. Egg is the wise old man, but like you could put anyone in that position and it works. It's just Victor Wong plays the character a certain way. Uncle Chu plays a concerned uncle. He's just an elderly Chinese man. Like, I actually really like Eddie Lee's character because I feel like he's the first generation American where he has
yeah.
these aspects that he is embracing that side of like Western society, I guess you could say, but still is very knowledgeable and still embraces his Chinese background. So there's this like wonderful balance within it. Yeah, I don't know of anything like there was some attention to detail that I don't know if it was like a director's choice or if it was the actor's choice, but like when Jack is at the door and he's giving them the plan, like I'm gonna open the door and then we're gonna run and it's gonna be normal and blah 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 whatever it is. But if you pay attention, Wang is translating.
Yeah, he turns around and starts telling
which that is such a good like thought, because you're reminded like these guys are human trafficking Chinese immigrants who haven't had the opportunity to learn whatever it might be. Yeah. And there's like a consideration for these ideas. It isn't like all of them have, and I don't know if this counts, but like all of them just have their accents. It isn't like extra, and no one talks, like Jack never says anything about it. Yeah. Where that's where, he's confused of the mythology. He's not confused because he can't. It's not Rush Hour.
Right. He does have one comment of like, hey, do we have any like well English speaking folks here or whatever it is that he says, and the guy's just looking at him like, seriously, man? And he's like, great.
Yeah. Which was that is that kind of commentary where people like apply those stereotypes and they're just like, no, we're not stereotypes. Yeah. I feel like this movie has, let's just lay it to bed in that the awkwardness comes out of like, we see Jack being insensitive or naive or whatever it may be, and then them immediately putting him in his place. Yeah. And that I forgot about that. But that guy being like, come on, man.
Yeah. Just like, we're all Americans here.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. Good. Okay, yeah. I give it a B-. What do you give it?
So I was leaning towards a C+. Okay. So I think we're very close.
Very close. Yeah. It might just be like two grade percentiles. But overall, it's a fun movie. It's wacky. It's super campy. But also, I think if you appreciate old practical effects, this movie's going to make you feel good. Because there's some old wonky practical effects that like you don't see anymore, but are quintessentially, one, John Carpenter, but two, 80s. And I kind of miss them. Like I think CGI has gone a long way, but I kind of like that, like you said, that uncanniness to it, to where you're like, I know that's fake, but it's really fun to watch.
It's like iconic 80s weird puppet thing happening. Like they did it in one of the like Arnold Schwarzenegger movies.
Yes, Total Recall.
Total Recall. Yeah, where his like
eyes pop up. Yeah. But there's something really fun about it.
I think this is a better movie to probably watch with your buddies.
Yeah.
Like just watch it with your buddies, have a good time.
Yeah.
Laugh and enjoy it.
And I think too, like if you like martial arts films and Hong Kong films, but you want something that has levity to it, this is great. Like it's a great homage to Hong Kong films. Some of the choreography is excellent. It is excellent. It does kind of fall short on some of the editing, but some of the choreography is fantastic. Wang is such a great character. Jack Burton is comedy. He's comedy in how he's Johnny Bravo.
Yeah.
He's Johnny Bravo. That's 100% what it is. He's like Johnny Bravo must be based off Jack Burton because that's literally who he is. But enough of that. So we say, watch this film and enjoy. I don't know.
Watch it.
Watch it. Don't be dumb. Watch it.
And get yourself some Six Demons before you do.
Yeah, that would be a smart alcohol to make.
Mm-hmm.
Like call it Six Demons. I bet people would be like, yeah, and then there'd be a bunch of people would be like, demons.
Yeah, don't drink that.
Yeah. Speaking of which, listeners, remember to review those rewinds, and we'll see you next time.